when you played for Södertälje, what were some of the things that stuck to you about Sweden and about playing hockey in Sweden and their fandom of hockey here?
Well, just really the quality of hockey. I mean, as we all know, there's a lot of Swedish guys in the NHL that play an important role on the team too, and the quality. And now, coming back and not playing the Elitserien and just playing this Allsvenskan. And I shouldn't say just because it's a really good league. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's three or maybe even more teams that could play in the Elitserien and compete with the other team pretty consistently too. So it's a good league. It's obviously good for Swedish hockey. It's good for young players to come here to play in this league and develop, and it's been fun times for me.
And speaking of developing, being able to have those two strong seasons back to back in Des Moines to carry that into where you're at right now, how have you been developing, and where's your game at right now?
Could be a lot better, it could be a lot worse, but you got to find a happy middle everywhere, and you got to soak it in as much as you can, especially as a first year as a professional hockey player. It helps having him by my side, and you just gotta go with it as it comes, And, we have two good coaches here that help me a lot through the process, and it helps a lot.
Is this the first year that you guys have played organized hockey together on the same team?
Yeah.
Even if there was ever any national team or anything tryout, is the first time since just.
This is our first time. We never thought that it was going to happen this way, but it happened, and I'm really happy it did.
What was? I mean, obviously, I'm sure it was a fairly easy decision to come and play with your brother here. I mean, how did that decision get made, and take us through that thought process?
Yeah, well, this team was, my first option all the way, and we were kind of joking around during the summer. If lockout does happen, I was going to come and play here, and we can spend some time together, and play an official game for the first time. And it was coming quicker and quicker. September 15th or 16th, and as soon as they were locked out, we started talking here because I wanted to join the team just to stay in the rhythm too, and not having to work out by myself and practice by myself. So it's just way more fun, and the fact that I can play with him and maybe help him for a little bit too, it makes it pretty special.
When Gasper scored his first pro goal and you were on the ice, what was your response? How did you react?
I think I was probably happier than him, and it's just nice to see and how he's developed from a young buck, and having me, I guess, watch him at the same time, and see him play in LA and a little bit in Portland and Des Moines, and now here I think he's come a long way. There's still some ways to go for him, obviously, but I think he's on the right track.
Now, when you guys are on the ice together at the same time, I mean, are you guys very protective of each other, or is it more like teammates rather than brothers?
Sometimes we are. Yeah, I mean, it was a couple games ago here in Oskarshamn that we kind of both went into a scrum, but no, it's a team game. You can't watch each other's backs that much, obviously. But if I would do anything to protect him and protect my teammates, I would do the same thing.
How did you end up right-handed and Andrzej left-handed?
I have no clue. Ever since I started playing, my dad was a left-handed, he was left-handed, and they gave me a left-handed stick, and I always turned it to my right. So that's how they knew I was ready.
So you get a pretty interesting 2-week break, European break coming up too. I mean, are you guys going to be able to travel together or do anything?
We actually got invited to our national team now. So what they do here in Europe is they play mini tournaments. So you have 3 games, and the tournament is actually going to be back home in Ljubljana too. So it'll be the first time for me, after 5 years now, to play for the national team again, and it's going to be his first time ever to play in for our national team. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty fun. It should be a great experience for me and for him.
So I remember, obviously, this Mursak on the Red Wings. I remember Gal Korin, who played for Kelowna when we were in the Western Hockey League. But where is Slovenia right now internationally? And is this, I would imagine, because of the players on the rise?
I think we're getting better. I mean, I think there's a time right now where the older guys kind of got away from playing again, and now the younger guys are coming up, and myself and Jan and a couple of younger guys are probably gonna have to lead the way now, and that's the way it's gonna be. It comes to that point when the personnel or the team has to change a little bit, and I think we have enough young players where we can compete pretty consistently to stay with in the elite division, which we are right now. But it'll be hard work to stay in there.
But here with Mora, I mean, obviously your brothers, I would imagine that there's good chemistry naturally. Has it developed well? Or can you tell that it's getting better day by day? How does it work?
Well, it was pretty easy for me when he came in. I know what kind of player and what kind of plays he makes, so most of the time I'm trying to stay out of his way. But no, I watched him for 5 years now when he played in LA, so I know what he's capable of and what he does out there. So it was pretty easy for me. I don't know how he felt, but I felt like we'd played together before.
And going from the NHL playoffs, where back and forth between Vancouver, between St. Louis, eventually back and forth across the country. Now all of a sudden you're riding the bus. I mean, how have these bus trips been? How has the travel been in this league thus far?
Well, it definitely brings big memories, and it was hard at first actually, because here you always travel the day of the game, and in the bus for 4 or 5 hours, and then you have to lace them up and play the game. So it's not that easy, but eventually you get used to it. So I think I'm getting to that point where I feel comfortable again.
You guys sit together on the bus?
Now we actually have our own seats, so we have a little more space to stretch out.
Okay. So going against a tough Vastras team tonight, Patrick Berglund too. He's a pretty big body, tough to play against. What do you remember from him, going against him back in the playoffs and playing against him in the NHL too?
Well, he's a big body. He's got a lot of skill too. So you got to stay close to him and not let him make too many plays, because he can definitely hurt you. And he's obviously a good player, an important piece in St. Louis, and we might have to pay a little extra attention to him tonight.
And you guys had a pretty emphatic win against Vastras last time. What are you looking to continue from that game and be able to use tonight?
Just play within our system. Our system's so efficient when we play it to the point, but as soon as we get away from it, it starts to hurt us. So we just gotta play within our system and try to score more goals in there.